Welcome back, you guys. Thanks for watching me this Sunday. We have 2 more days left until this window ends. And in today's video, we have big news to discuss surrounding Dembele, Kounde, and Tino Anjorin's future as well. So I hope you guys enjoy. Smash that like button. Thank you for all the love and support recently too. Now let's start with the first story, and I have to quickly mention the incredible comeback that Chelsea's youth players pulled off against Liverpool in the FA Youth Cup. Wow, mad. Liverpool were winning 3-0 at the 70th minute. You're just thinking, we're out of the cup. You know, it's not been good for us. A few counter-attacking goals Liverpool were scoring down our left-hand side in particular. A bit uncharacteristic, but you know, at this club, I keep saying, man, it breeds excellence, it breeds winners. And when it comes to big games like this, is it any surprise why we have a history over the years of so many age groups rising up the ranks and making themselves known in big games like this? We came back and scored 4 goals from the 70th minute to win this game 4-3. Unreal comeback, one of the best ones there. Shout out performances, Juicing Bell, Charlie Webster as well too. I thought Hall looked good yesterday too. And just a desire for the team to get back. Harvey Veld as well. Like, how is Harvey Veld still even playing at this level? This is what I mean by the talent we have. Imagine that Anjorin at 20 is now getting like, you know, proper first team minutes. Personally, I feel like maybe Veld should be getting a loan spell in this window because this guy's a serious talent. But you know, to come back, we can thank goal scorers Charlie Webster. His long shot was deflected into the back of the net. Juicing Bell, who really holds the line very well. I feel like he's the type of striker that Tuchel could definitely use. Very intelligent when he drops deep. He can play make as well too. Guys are very techie forwards. And physically, he can hold himself, which is something I look for. Nice header. And of course, we can thank late comeback goals from Huddersfield and from Mendel Idowu as well too. Yeah, incredible comeback, great to see. Let's hope that we can go all the way now to win another FA Youth Cup. I mean, our record in this tournament is absolutely unreal. And, you know, credit to these players for just, you know, keeping that legacy alive. So right now, we move on to a big story today. Let's discuss the latest news surrounding Jules Kounde. Now we move on to one of the big stories today, and let's discuss the big news surrounding Jules Kounde. Now, reports from Spain and many other publications are reporting that we are looking to seal the deal before this deadline day window ends, sign Kounde, and then loan it back until the end of the season back to Sevilla. For me, this would be pretty spectacular business to get done. We did something similar when we signed Christian Pulisic as well too, and it's quite normal where, you know, technically you can sign players during any time. Of course, they can't register for you, but you can sign them during any time and prepare them for next season. Now, many Spanish reports are stating that we are looking to sign Jules Kounde on a permanent in this current window and then loan him back to Sevilla until the end of the season. This would be spectacular if we get this deal done. And the reason behind why we're looking to push through a deal now is to take advantage of Sevilla's pretty, you know, poor financial situation. You know, Sevilla have to balance their books. That's important. And I find it quite ironic that we're making the same bids in which Sevilla originally agreed upon back in the summer and then changed their minds in the 11th hour to ask for the full release clause to be paid. I guess it didn't work out for them in the end. And sometimes with these deals, you got to take your time and just, you know, find the right timing to take advantage. As I was saying, personally, I didn't feel like Kounde was even needed for this season. Even if he was part of the squad, but he'd be playing poor as a right wing back, you know what I mean? So, you know, I was always saying, get him done for next summer when you know that maybe certain defenders may be leaving the club. So let's see what happens there. I'd imagine that this will be very straightforward to get done. I mean, we already agreed contracts with Kounde, wages. We have a good relationship with him and his agent, which is going to help us if we have plans to get Tchouameni done and get Tchouameni signed. We know there are boys at the club as well too. I'd imagine that he wouldn't turn down the opportunity to come sign for us and just, you know, live that dream together as boys. That's like, how many people get to do that in their lives, you know what I mean? But of course, I also like this deal as well because a lot of times when we sign players, they never get a full preseason. I just feel like sometimes, you know, you need to get these deals done before preseason so the player has an opportunity to get used to the environment, tactics, teammates, training, get back to full feed and fitness as well too. I feel like every season where we've had really good pre-seasons, that's then translated back into our league form. Let's get this deal done. Let's get Kounde here ready at the start However, at the same time, it brings up interesting conversations behind maybe what the tactics could be for next season. Currently, I'd imagine maybe 2 defenders may be leaving once the season ends. At this point in time, it seems that's Christensen and Azpilicueta. I'd imagine that Rudiger would stay. It'd be kind of crazy to let him go. He's worth the money. We all know that. But if Kounde signs, I guess potentially he'd join up with, Silva, Rudiger, Trevor Chalobah, and maybe Levi Colwill too, who I think would definitely benefit from being accelerated into the first team, like Reece James, Mount, and many others benefit from a few seasons prior. I think that would be the best move to do. But at the same time, that leaves you with 5 defenders fighting for potentially 2 spots in the team if we do turn towards using a back 4 system next summer. Because if we sign that DM, then there's no need for us to have to play back 5 forever. It just wouldn't make sense like that. So I still feel like we have to think very carefully and plan ahead. Maybe this Kounde move definitely tells us that Christensen and Aspi potentially, they're gone. They're not going to be here next season. That's how we're moving right now, to prepare ourselves and to beat off any potential competition for anyone. I feel like getting this Kounde deal signed early too is only going to help us in persuading Tchouaméni to sign for us as well too, which for me is the key big deal I have to see get done next summer. If not him, the other one has to be either Declan Rice. Either one of these two, you guys, these are the profiles we need for next season. The plan must be to unlock our attacking players, and I think the only way to do that is by using a back 4 system. So you guys, how do you feel about this news? Are you happy with the Kounde news, or do you feel like there were other centre-back targets that you would have preferred to see? So right now we end with another big story, and let's discuss the latest news surrounding Ousmane Dembele. Now we start with things, and let's discuss the news surrounding Ousmane Dembele, as we all know that Barcelona are looking to get rid of this guy before this current window ends. Marca are reporting that we are showing a willingness to sign Dembele from Barca. However, we don't know yet whether that's going to be on a loan or whether we agree to sign him and then loan him back to Barcelona until the season ends. I feel like one thing that will work against our favour is the fact that we have too many attacking players on the books at this point in time. I will touch upon that later on, but let's discuss the latest news coming out first. Now, of course, Barca want to sell Dembele before the 11 PM transfer deadline window ends in like 48 hours time. They report that currently we are holding negotiations with Barcelona over the availability of the player. Other clubs are also interested. Tottenham, Man United are 2 other big clubs showing interest in signing Dembele. But interestingly enough, Barca are very happy to let Dembele leave now if they receive a fee of £80 million or 80 million euros. And Dembele's wages are currently at 210k per week, so it's not the craziest contract considering the actual profile and stature of the player. And when guys like Timo are on 270 a week, and then, you know what I mean, it's not really adding up. And Saul is on 200k a week too. It's not really making too much sense. So I guess the question now is, can we get this deal done before the window ends? That's what I guess we're all thinking about. On one hand, we know we have an abundance of attacking players, and for me, the only way to really utilize all these guys to make them happier, because getting, another player in to add extra competition, I personally think would make the situation extremely tense. We already know many attacking players aren't currently too happy with how they've been used, with how they're using the system, etc, etc, and the lack of minutes they're also getting. Dembele on top of this will make things even worse if our form doesn't improve and we don't start winning consistently. I guess one way to mitigate this issue would be to consistently move now to a back 4 system. We've already seen benefits against Spurs recently where players really came to life playing in that position. And I guess if you took away the competition of, let's say, Mason Mount dropping back into midfield, Kai Havertz playing as Lukaku's replacement up front, as well as playing in midfield as well too, that I guess technically you could find a way to mitigate the use of having an extra attacking player in the team. At the same time though, this sounds like an incredible fantasy situation for me. But then I'm also thinking with the competition for him, a player of his stature available at this price as well too. Less than 6 months until his deal expires and he's free to sign. Can you afford to let another club take advantage of this situation, especially when we have all the things that would entice him to sign for us with our winning culture, mentality, great young squad with potential, and most importantly, having the opportunity to work again with Thomas Tuchel. Dembele is extremely unique. In this system, I feel like Tuchel would absolutely unlock him. And if we go back to using 4-3-3, listen, Dembele don't have to play 60 games a season. I don't even think his body would allow him to do that, but just having that type of quality, that's important. I mean, we're looking at Liverpool. They have Diaz, You know, they've got Jota, they've got Salah, Mane, Firmino. I mean, of course, they find ways to utilize them. You know that Klopp wants to maybe, keep these guys fresh as well too. And they're adding one of the most dangerous wingers in Europe to their team. So adding Dembele, quality-wise, to this squad for me wouldn't be a bad thing to do, especially when the rest of the teams in this country are looking to level up now. And we have to level up accordingly to our competition. It'd be interesting to know if he was to come during this window, which I think would be quite mad if he actually got this done, but crazier things have happened. Or if you look to maybe, get him to sign and then loan him back to Barca, or even sign him on loan, where Barca would be happy to earn anything off from the player, as I've been stating beforehand, because, getting a loan fee and having his wages paid for is going to, save them a lot of money on their books. I'm sure we'll find answers by tomorrow. This story is only going to accelerate. It's going to be interesting to see, but I can't lie, I'm a little bit excited by talks of Dembele. And if you guys want to see how excited I am, I suggest you guys watch my Dembele reaction videos so you can get some more insights behind how I see the player and what I think he can do with us. So right now, we move on to the next story. Let's discuss the latest news surrounding Tino Anjorin's future, as it seems like he is set to sign on loan for Huddersfield Town. This means that he will join up with Levi Colwill, who's having an excellent season with them. Huddersfield have proven to be a very good club for us to send our great talents on loan to. They play football the right way. They give these guys minutes as well too, and the environment and culture at the club is actually perfect. So this is a great move for Anjorin, who at 20 years old now, I personally feel like this guy should have had a ton more minutes and game time under his belt. This can be the annoying thing with the club sometimes, because there's so much talent that's just like overloaded in all areas. I do feel like sometimes these guys aren't getting like the early exposure to first team football that they should be doing. Anjorin has been like a squad player for the past few seasons, barely even playing. And the fact that he just got his first loan move at the start of the season, going to Lokomotiv Moscow, which of course didn't work out in the end for many different reasons. Right now, a player that's also suffered with COVID and injuries this season too, he just needs minutes. As I'm saying, he's 20 years old, and I do feel like this is a smart loan move for him. Play the rest of the season at Huddersfield Town, get back to playing your best football, get your instincts back, etc, etc, get that fitness back, be prepared for next season. And with reports that Southampton are looking to sign this guy on a permanent, you'd imagine that if he smacks at Huddersfield Town like many players at Chelsea have done prior, then this guy has a big future ahead of him. Unfortunately, not all these guys can make it here with us. I do feel like he would have been a very interesting talent and prospect to see playing in those cam positions in which Tuchel, has been utilising our attacking players and for quite a while now, but it's not to be. And with the competition for places coming in next season, with more news surrounding new signings as well too, I do feel like it's best for Anjorin now to just get back to playing his football. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses at Huddersfield Town. Having a familiar face there, Levi Colwill, is going to be big for him too. And yeah, let's see what happens to him during pre-season and next season too. So good luck. And now we move on to the next story. And on that note, you guys, that is the news for today. If there's anything else that breaks, of course, expect to hear it here first on Blue Lines TV. I hope you guys enjoyed it. On that note, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.